Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line that we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield, we offer dental, we offer disability, we offer vision, we offer life insurance, cancer insurance. We also have a 401k where we match up to 4%, dollar per dollar up to 4%. We also have automatic trucks at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. If you go to a truck driving school, we'll reimburse you. And don't forget about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. Money! Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We help you save for your future.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Come visit Don Walker's Western Wear. We've got plenty of styles of boots to choose from, including Justin, Lucchese, Tony Lama, Red Wing, Ariat, and Corral. We have the largest selection of jeans in town from the brands you trust, like Wrangler, Levi, Carhartt, and Cinch. Ladies, along with outfits guaranteed to have those heads turning, we carry Rock 47 and Aura jeans, made just for you from the women at Wrangler. Come on in to Don Walker's Western Wear, located on Highway 231 in Troy.
A personal touch, a high level of trust, whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
So I was sitting in my office one day and a gentleman walked in who really works from probably daylight to dark. We talked about what was going on with his company and what was going on in his life, his family, and so forth, with friends. And, so after he left, I came back to my office and I noticed mud on the floor. So I got to thinking about, what that mud was representing when I was getting it up. It represents hard work. It represents people getting up early, providing for their families. It represents all that time and sweat and effort goes in to make our economy run. And it represents those taxpayers that pay the salaries that fund government. And so those are the people that I work for, and we can't forget that. We got to make sure that we're responsive to the people. We got to make sure that we cut government regulations. We got to make sure we stand firm against those burdensome things that allow people to go out and achieve their dreams. And the people that earn their living by getting mud on their boots, that's who I work for, and that's who I'm going to represent in Montgomery.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Oh man, you're going to kill me. There you are. Good morning and welcome to Today in LA. I'm Mike Amos, hoping that you're doing well this morning as we get ready for a big baseball game in Montgomery, Alabama, where the Pike Liberal Arts Patriots of Troy do battle with the what is it? Is it not Meadowview? It is from Phoenix City. What? Goshen. It's sure not Goshen, I promise you. Of course, they do battle with the Glenwood in the championship game. Glenwood is the defending champion. In fact, this time last year, Glenwood and Pike played for the state championship, and Glenwood was able to come out on top. So now it's time to finish the job, and finish the job, hopefully, Pike Liberal Arts will do. They start at 10 today from the Patterson Field, historic Patterson Field, and they'll have another game after that game, starting about 30 minutes after that game. All right, if both teams, whoever wins both games wins the championship. It's best 2 out of 3. And if they don't, if they split today, they'll play another game tomorrow about this, I want to say 11 o'clock. So that's what's going on in high school baseball, and we'll be giving you a rundown of the way things are, lineups and some things like that we'll talk about today. Of course, graduation at Troy University has the governor coming into town again. The governor was here on Monday, and now she's coming back to do the graduation exercises at the Trojan Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself, brace yourself. If you keep up with Troy University, 950 graduates, a record-setting number of graduates for one semester ever at Troy University. They'll graduate over 950 students tomorrow, actually on Friday, excuse me, at the Trojan Arena. So, ladies and gentlemen, with folks coming in for graduation, that you're looking at 950 graduates. Let's say each one of them brought 3 people. That'd be 2,100. If that's the case, be 2,100 people. There's a softball tournament that starts tomorrow, or today, tomorrow. That's going to have 58 teams, or 56 teams, times at least 20. Let's say that would be 12, 0, wait a minute, let's do that again. 20 times 56 is done. Be 12, be 10, 11. It'd be another 1,500. No, excuse me, another 1,200. Another 1,200. Now let's count their mamas and the daddies and the brothers and the sisters and the aunts and the uncles and the whoever else is interested in watching their team play, because 56 cities or schools are involved in this huge, huge softball tournament. But if that's the case, if that is the case, it'll be another 1,200 for the softball game. So we're looking at a minimum of 3,000 folks for the softball tournament. At least it could go as high as 4,000 and maybe even higher than that. And as I mentioned, you're going to have those huge amount of graduation people. They usually, let's see, the gym holds, let's see, it holds 5,500. Then you put another 1,000 in the bottom. There'll be an estimated crowd of 6,500 people for the graduation, and another 3,000, or let's throw in 3,500 for the softball tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, that is over 10,000 people that are going to be in Troy between let's start on Wednesday night, Wednesday through Saturday. Over 10,000 people will be in Troy for these, just those events. And then coming up very soon would be the quite a few more events. Some more tournaments coming to town. There's going to be a wonderful program for the handicap coming to Troy very soon, and there'll be probably 3,000 to 4,000 more for that. It's just so many events coming to Troy that it's going to really enhance our tax base here. They're going to buy a lot of groceries. They're going to buy a lot of food from our businesses on the bypass. They're going to buy gas. They're going to rent motel rooms. It's just going to be a lot of people spending money in Troy, Alabama for this huge, huge weekend coming up this weekend. So brace yourself, and if you remember that if you're going out to eat or whatever, go early or go late, one or the other. Don't go right there at noon because it's going to be crowded, crowded, crowded. And then throw in 30,000 more cars. How about this now? Just throw this in, 30,000 more cars that go down Highway 231 every day. How about that? They say at least 30,000 cars go down 231 every day. And the weekends are crowded, 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 and everybody knows that. So, hey, I'd say stay at home. If you've got any business, go to some downtown business. Don't go all the way out to the bypass and get in that traffic jam, or make the traffic jam even harder. And of course, we appreciate the governor. She'll be in town and speaking at the commencement, and so that'll add a little bit more glamour to the weekend. And so it's just going to be a very unusual time. And now I want to say Pike Liberal Arts graduates one of those days. I know there's a baccalaureate, and I know Pike Liberal Arts graduates. Charles Simpson, I think, graduates the next week. So we'll be keeping our eye on all these things that are going on and trying to advise you on what to do. Of course, we've got Troy University International Arts Center is having an event. That starts on May 9th through November the 9th. And that's going to be a nice event held at our International Museum on the campus of Troy. The Purple Cats hit the field. The girls from all over the state are playing softball this week, and the Purple Cats, coached by Stephen Kilcrease, are getting ready. Well, what they did, Arrington finished the Region 2 championship after finishing 6-0. They knocked off R.C. Hatch in the opening round of the playoffs. And they've got a few more. The Patriots of Pike Liberal Arts has got a softball team still in the action, and Troy University is got a big weekend on the road, thank goodness. They won't have to fool with all that crowd, and I'm not saying this a negative thing. I think it's a positive thing that we're going to have all these things going on in our community. 4 Patriot seniors will finish their career: Wood Jenwright, Reed Jenwright, the Jenwright twins, Nathan Renfro, and Kason Murphy. The only 4 seniors on the Pike Liberal Arts team, and of course all 4 of those are very good players and will be missed, no question about it. And good picture of Kason Murphy in the paper today. Good morning. You're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Hey, morning.
Mike Amos calling in from Birmingham. Mike, I was just going over how busy things are. You know, there's not a room available in Troy. I don't know if they are even in Ozark or Luverne at their couple of motels there, or Montgomery on the bypass down that way. Graduation, a minimum of 5,000 and a maximum of maybe as many as 7,000 people at this graduation, Mike.
So is there like any camping grounds or RV parks?
Well, yeah, you have Swindle's Trailer Park, which is could handle a lot of them, but I don't know if that's the way they'll go. But it's amazing. You know, 950 students will pick up their diploma on Friday. That's a record number, Mike, for a semester at Troy. Graduation for the spring semester, and of course, you know, they'll have another graduation in the summer, and another one in the spring, and another one in the fall, and another one in the summer, and another one in the fall, and another one in the spring, and so they have 3 graduations every year.
Ted, it's a big midweek game for Troy baseball tonight too. You know, they've been. I mean, this is the best they've ever played throughout the season. Midweek games, only games they've lost are to 2 SEC schools, Auburn and Alabama. And this would be a huge win tonight. They could beat Mississippi State and Birmingham. I don't know who they'll pitch. I know they've got a big weekend series on the road against La Monroe, but it's one of those situations where, as far as getting into the NCAA tournament, I think they would definitely look at a win like this tonight, and it really helped Troy as far as maybe possibly, you know, getting a chance to get in, even if they didn't win the Sun Belt tournament.
Exactly. Coach Alan Ponder, if you're in the neighborhood, give us a ring this morning. Love to talk to you about your Patriot team. And
so are you really gonna try? What time are you gonna leave if you're gonna go do those games tonight?
Well, there'll be back-to-back games, and I'll probably leave about 3 o'clock to be up there. I can get up there easily. The game's at 6.
I know, but what time do you gotta leave today to be up there?
Oh, I gotta leave right after the show.
Okay.
Right after the show, so I will be busy. No question.
You've never been to Patterson Field in your life, have you?
Oh, about 1,000 times, probably.
Well, this was shocking news yesterday. He just always seemed so straight-laced and one of my favorite players to play at Alabama. But NFL suspends Mark Ingram 4 games for PEDs. So possible steroid
The
use.
stupid people are on drugs. Those stupid people are on drugs.
I know,
People that's supposed to be role models, you know, supposed to be somebody that kids look up to, and like you, even you didn't even know that he had that kind of character.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I mean, I'm still trying to understand. Like, I mean, was it something he just mistakenly, took, or was it really like?
No, he didn't mistakenly take anything. You're right.
He's been to Pro Bowl 2 straight years.
Yeah.
With Alvin Kamara, the running back from Tennessee, having such an unbelievable season, Ingram might lose his job over this.
Yeah.
By the time he gets back after 4 games.
He deserves to lose his job. Why in the world? I mean, he's got his life at the best it's ever been. He's finally getting over injuries, and like you said, making the Pro Bowl and representing the University of Alabama in the pros. And now he shows what a dirk he is, whatever a dirk is.
Well, I mean, he's done everything right. Won the Heisman Trophy, and has been stellar in the community of New Orleans. I mean, hopefully this is just a freak accident. He took the wrong thing and just didn't realize it. So I don't know.
Yeah, well.
You got Blake Barnett, the former Alabama quarterback who transferred and went to Arizona State, is now transferring again. He has graduated college and has 2 more years to play. So Blake Barnett will be playing for Charlie Strong in South Florida.
Are you serious? You know what? I don't believe he can make. You know what? I don't. He's a 5-star, and I don't think he'd beat out. I don't think he'd beat out either one of our Troy's quarterbacks.
Well, South Florida has a better chance to play. Manny Wilkins, the quarterback at Arizona State, has been playing there for 2-3 years. I don't know why he went out there in the first place, but anyway, we'll see what happens with Barnett at South Florida.
Yeah, no question about it. And
we'll have their second offensive lineman transfer as well. Brandon Kennedy has now left the program.
Alabama did.
He follows Dallas Womack,
who
transferred earlier. Alabama's 2015 signing class, which was #1 in the country, they were mentioned on the radio yesterday. Now, there's only 9 of those guys left.
Isn't that amazing? That goes to show you, and we talk about it all the time, they still got to play.
16 of those guys have transferred or left the program.
Isn't that amazing?
It's unbelievable what Nick Saban has done in recruiting. That many guys offer.
Do you think it's because they've been beat out or what?
Oh yeah, it's all because they've been beat out. They don't, and they're not getting an opportunity to play.
Now some of them might have been kicked off though, don't you think?
Maybe 1 or 2, but not many. They were talking about it yesterday. Just several of them are just transfers.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it's something. Good article about G.W. Long, ladies and gentlemen, trying to win another state championship. I'm going to read this here in a second about G.W. Long. And let's see, the Long's best has again found its way to Class 2A semifinals, and they're going up against a very good team in St. Luke's. But I want to say that last year the Rebels won the baseball program's 14th state championship since 1989 with a senior-dominated squad that went 37-3, coached by Drew Miller that played right here at Troy. What was
it, Drew and Wade Miller? Was that the two?
That's right. Let's see, it says Coach Drew Miller stopped short of saying that this year's team, 27-11, has overachieved, but acknowledged the Rebels' growing pains this season were expected. So, you know they can't have great teams every year, but they seem to, don't they?
Well, I mean, it's just one of those things where I don't know what it's like, as far as in a town like that where baseball players just come up and, they just have great kids come up and play after a great kid. I mean, as far as baseball goes,
yeah.
I guess Vestavia had it for a long time up here and won a lot of state championships, but I don't know. It's amazing. I always say all the time how those are not real good baseball.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I'll tell you why, because GW Long's getting them all. They're moving out there to play in their programs, not only their baseball programs, but their football programs and their basketball programs and whatever.
Football is way down this year.
It's a great school. It is a great school.
Yeah, I had to drive down there one day. I work for Wagner's Team Sports, and I make my living now hitting the high schools throughout the state and visiting. I'll have to go
if you want to get in touch with Mike Amos, call me and I'll give you his phone number and you can call him and
just call
order
me
something.
Here at 205-535-2727. It's pretty easy. 2727 205-535-2727.
535-2727. Call Mike Amos today.
I'll be down that way today. I've got to go to Highland Home and Pike County and Arrington, so I'll be heading.
Are you going to try to drop in and see some of the games? Pike plays at 10 today.
I might could do that on the way back. I didn't think about that.
For the state championship, and then they'll play again in the second game. So there'll be at least 2 ball games at 10 and I would say afternoon, probably 12 noon or 12:30 or something like that.
I wonder if high schools up there play their games there. During the regular
some of them do. Some of them do. Lanier and Lee and all them do.
Patterson Field, it's a nice place.
Yeah.
I hope they still use it enough.
Did you know your your first cousin, Chris Amos,
hit a home run there?
Well, didn't hit just one home run in the Cape. What is it? The
American Legion?
No, it wasn't the Legion. It was called the Cable League. It's called the Cable League. I know he hit 9 one summer in the Cable League, and he might have hit more than that, but I know he hit 9 one year. He could hit the ball a long way. He's had that tremendous swing,
Yeah, well, he's big enough. I mean, what was Chris? 6'4", about 190.
Yeah, and just had a quick bat, fast bat. Mike, do me a favor. Look up GW Long and look up Vestavia of Birmingham, and tell me who's won the most.
GW Long's got the record with 12.
GW Long, well, it says here they've got 14.
Oh, well, maybe they got 14
now. Last year, the Rebels won the baseball program's 14th state championship.
Yeah, I knew that they were more than Vestavia. I think Vestavia's only like 9 or 10.
And, of course, Vestavia's in the big 7A league. But, hey, nobody wants to play Long or Skipperville, I'll tell you that. Charles Henderson, I know, played them early in the year and got walloped by them twice. Now, I'm not saying they beat Charles Henderson every time they play them, because Charles Henderson has had some real good teams. They've won 3 state championships in baseball at the 5A rankings.
Yeah, did you ever find out if Pike Lib had ever won a state championship in baseball?
I want to say they have, but I don't know. I want to say, yeah, they have won one under Butch Austin. But, you can look it up and see. But again, that's going to be a great game in Montgomery. And
where were you guys trying to set up today? Were y'all trying to set up high?
Well, I don't know exactly where we'll set up. We'll set up where we can get a good shot at the game, and you know, sometimes that's not in that press box. You know, I think we might be better off maybe in the stands, but we'll find out. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm excited to go out to the Hoover Met tonight. You know, they've made a lot of changes out there, you know, for the SEC tournament, you know, that's coming up soon. And they've also built a little thing for the kids outside the stadium as well, all kinds of different.
Now, who normally plays there, Mike?
Yeah, I think just high school teams and then pretty much just, you know, colleges throughout the season play there. But, you know, the big thing they still have is the SEC, you know, baseball tournament still there in Hoover.
Yeah. Of course, it's going to be a great game. And, you know, it's Mississippi State's home game. I thought it was Troy's, but it's Mississippi State's home game.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I could see State wanting to play a game there because of the fact the SEC tournament coming up.
Yeah, no question about it.
Let me see what Mississippi State's record is.
Yeah, exactly.
Mississippi State, unfortunately, you know, had to let their coach go to start the season. So.
What happened there, Mike?
Well, it's just, you know, some off-the-field stuff. They had to let him go.
Yeah.
Some character issues, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So.
You know, the old man still drives to Tuscaloosa from Tuscaloosa every day.
Oh, I know, yeah.
No, he drives from, not Tuscaloosa, he drives from
Starkville.
Starkville, yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
Of course, he's a legendary coach at Mississippi State. But what's their record, Mike?
I'm looking at it right now. Ron Polk is who you're talking about.
Yeah, Polk. And, of course, a legendary coach at Mississippi State. When you mention baseball.
Yeah, they're having a down year. They're 26 and 22 with 11 and 13 in the conference.
Yeah, well, that's not bad. They're still pretty good. I'll tell you this right now. When you mention the SEC in baseball, what is the school that just stands out more than them?
Number one's LSU, and then after that.
Well, all right, you can say LSU, but I tell you what, you start looking.
Florida just won the national championship, so it'd probably be LSU, Florida, Mississippi State.
Yeah, Mississippi State though has won a lot of championships, no question.
They've never won a national championship.
They haven't.
No.
I didn't know that. I'm glad you're giving. Yeah.
Mayor Predator Amos just woke up.
Did she? Is she smiling? Is she smiling at you? I saw I saw Macon on, what do you call that on the phone when the pitcher jumps out at you?
Oh, FaceTime?
Yeah, I saw Camille, my 4-year-old, on FaceTime, and but you're thinking about bringing your whole family to the game, is that right?
Well, no, just Mayor Prater and my wife Lee, because little Millie's probably too small.
Yeah. Well, mention Troy University had 3 players on the all Sun Belt team, and which is no surprise. Wait a minute. I get them mixed up all the time, ladies and gentlemen. This is women's softball. They had 3 on that team. The Willis girl from Huntsville led Troy in pitching with a 2.44 ERA and a 16-7 record, and she struck out 112. And allowed just 123 hits and 149 innings. So quite a year for her. She was named Freshman of the Year, and congratulations to her and all of the great effort that she put out.
You'd never think that Troy driving to Hoover is, I guess 2 hours, probably 10 minutes, and then Mississippi State driving from Starkville is about 2 hours and 10 minutes.
That's right.
So they both have probably the same drive.
You're right, no question about it.
Mississippi State's only 70 miles from Tuscaloosa, but then when you go to Tuscaloosa, you take the toll bridge. So they'll take the toll bridge, and then they'll end up on 59 heading to Birmingham, but then they'll get on 459. So it's not a bad drive for them at all.
Let me do this. Let me ask you. What you think about this? How do you actually get to the stadium coming from Troy? You go up 65, don't you?
Oh yeah, you go 65. It's real easy. Once you get to 459 exit, you'll take a left to Tuscaloosa, and then you'll hit 150, which is the next exit.
All right. So you get off the
Galleria.
Yeah.
Once you pass the Galleria, 150 exits next,
right.
and then you take a left. You take a right off the interstate, then take a left, and you'll see a sign that says either Hoover High School or Hoover Metropolitan.
Yeah. All right, let's go back over it, though. You're going up 65 until you hit 459. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. So you come off the ramp at 459, and you're not going to Atlanta. You're going to Tuscaloosa. The sign says Tuscaloosa to the left. It doesn't even say Birmingham to the left. It says Tuscaloosa.
Well, no, because Birmingham's straight ahead.
Birmingham's straight ahead. Okay, it's, you go to Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, if you want to have a fun day, you can go to the Galleria. It's also it'd be the first exit, but then after that, you want to go.
All right, now the stadium's the second exit, or do you get off at the Galleria?
No, the stadium exit's off 150.
All right, so that's off of 459 West. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And it would be what exit? First or second?
It's the second. I mean, you'll pass the Galleria, and then the second exit is called Highway 150.
Yeah, exactly right. And of course,
hey, Millie, get away.
We're excited about our new sponsors, Max Credit Union, right here on the bypass in Troy, and appreciate them so very much. And also Country Financial, located in downtown Troy, and of course, I do a lot of business with them. Very good people, and I promise you'll save money. And my good friends at All Star Collision, Mike. And they're some of the nicest people you'll do business with anywhere in Troy, I promise you.
So, as far as you're really going to attempt to go to 3 games today?
Oh, there's no question about it. I'm not going to miss a Troy Mississippi State baseball game. I mean, hey, you're going the best against the best. I mean, that's the way I look at it.
What time do these 7-inning games usually end?
Well, there's 7 innings, and between an hour and a half and 2 hours, usually.
Surely they last longer than that.
Well, I mean, why not? I mean, Mike, in and out, in and out, in and out, especially if you got good pitching.
How long of a break after the first game?
30 minutes.
Oh, that
30
is
minutes,
a lot
yeah.
better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, and then, of course, I'm sure I'll probably stop by my folks at Dreamland and eat a little barbecue. But yeah, I don't know though. I'd have to go downtown, wouldn't I?
What about Martin's? You won't be able to get away that far.
No, I won't be able to. They'll probably be closed. I don't know. You never can tell. I love Martin's now. I love Martin's.
Surely, Pie Live will be closed today.
Yeah.
Every single
I love Martin's, and I love that coconut pie with the meringue about that high. About the kind of pie. Hey, Mike, the coconut pie is like the kind Jane Corley makes. With that wonderful meringue. You know, Buck Corley, Joel Amos, are 2 people, just 2 people that eat probably as well as anybody I know. Wouldn't you say?
Well, because they're wives?
Yeah, because their wives are such good cooks. Why would they want to eat out when their wives can cook like they can? And let me tell you something. There are a lot of good cooks out there, but those are just 2 of the ones I wanted to mention.
Wow, I tell you what, this little Millie's crawling all over the place.
But maybe the person that eats as well as anybody I know in this world is probably my daughter Camille, and she probably doesn't weigh 110 pounds, wouldn't you say? Maybe 115?
Yeah. I mean, her husband's a big cook.
That's what I'm saying. Her husband is a gourmet cook.
But, I mean, she eats out a lot of good places, too.
Oh, I'm sure she does, yeah. No question. If you, all right, let me ask you this.
Downtown
Birmingham. All right, you eat out a lot, and
you every day at lunch.
Yeah, well, but all right, but if you were going to take your wife out to dinner, it just doesn't sound like very, very good when me and you say dinner. How about supper? When you take your wife out to supper, where do you think the best place to eat in Birmingham is?
It's probably got to be probably Bottega or Highlands Bar and Grill.
All right, where are they located?
And 5 Points.
5
Bar and
Points.
Grill just won the James Beard Award, which is like winning an Oscar for a restaurant.
Okay, who
It's
won?
the best restaurant in America.
Who won that?
Highlands Bar and Grill did.
All right, now where are they located? They're located there in 5 Points,
That's right.
and of course that's
So
the
they both
old.
have sister restaurants that are attached to them. You got Highlands Bar and Grill, and then their restaurant Chez Fonfon, and then you got Bottega, and they have another restaurant attached to it called Bottega Cafe.
Yeah. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to go over with you, and we'll be going over the softball tournament starting in Troy tomorrow, and I believe that's right. Hey, sweetheart, it's your granddaddy. It's your granddaddy. How you doing, Mary Prater?
This is Millie.
Oh, that's Millie. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. My guru is in the house, Mike. My guru. We're going to talk about eating right, so you better tune in, my friend. We'll be right back.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line that we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield, we offer dental, we offer disability, we offer vision, we offer life insurance, cancer insurance. We also have a 401k where we match up to 4%, dollar per dollar up to 4%. We also have automatic trucks at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. If you go to a truck driving school, we'll reimburse you. And don't forget about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. Money! Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We help you save for your future.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005. And with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
The new Smokehouse Pizza from Little Caesars is our first pizza with 3 smoked meats. So we got barbecue champion Big Mo Quezon to test it out. 8-hour smoked brisket.
Certified beefified.
10-hour smoked pulled pork.
Certified hoggified.
Applewood smoked bacon.
Certified baconfied.
Drizzled with tangy barbecue sauce plus a Smokehouse seasoned crust.
Certified smokified.
The new Smokehouse Pizza. Only $9 and only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Napa know-how. Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how. Napa know-how.
Back to our show, brought to you by Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram on the bypass. And I've never seen, and Mike Phelps has joined us, Superman.
Whatever.
You. Look, do this for everybody this morning. Come on, go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead, do this. Go ahead and do this, ladies and gentlemen. Puny is on the show today.
I'm getting old. What's
Mike,
the problem?
Did you ever have anybody throw dirt in your face? I don't believe he's there, but hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you've had anybody throw dirt in your face, if you get real upset about it, I'm talking about real upset about it, you can turn into Hulk Hogan. Hulk, have you ever been asked to play Hulk in a play around here?
No, I wasn't tall or really big.
If they ever had a play called Hulk, he would be the star character. And of course, Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep, Jason. You need to go out there and sign autographs out at Premier. I've never seen anybody advertise in this town like this guy right here does, and he does a great job. And let me tell you, he's got a list. I like this, a list of every car he's got, and tells you how much money it's going to cost.
A friend of mine bought 3 cars from him recently.
Isn't that
3
amazing?
Cars, yeah.
Isn't that, 3 cars. Well, I mean, they're dealing. They're dealing, you know, and you know, years ago, this Ford place in Montgomery, the guy was sitting on top of the building, And he said, and we're dealing. He's sitting up there on the top of the thing. Well,
I remember that.
Let me tell you this. That's right. And good advertisement does stick out. And I'll tell you what, $29 down. And listen to this, $99 per month. And they don't turn down anybody. So that's a pretty good way to get started. And then, of course, they got a lot of cars and trucks to choose from. And let me just say this: if they don't have what you want, they can get it for you at Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep. And what you look forward to every Wednesday, it's when the local paper comes out free, and the messenger is advertising Piggly Wiggly. I would say, if I'm looking for real good produce, fresh produce, that's where I want to go. Because they're getting it from farmers. They're coming in there from that farmer. That farmer said, I got some corn. Right. I mean, so he'll turn around and buy it if he wants to. Those big boys don't do it that way. They got to be, but a lot of times if they got corn or they got turnips or, you might want to get some greens.
Now you're making me hungry.
Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, Mike Phelps, winner of the 2011 Mr. Alabama contest. Now, did you go on and participate nationally after that?
I did before that. That was my last show. I always wanted to win that show, and so when I did, I said I'm done. So.
What I need is a picture of when you first got started. He was a skinny old boy that you could just push him over just like that, and now he can't even wear a T-shirt. What size T-shirt is that?
I don't know.
Extra large.
Something my wife bought me.
It's got to be a 4 or 5 extra large.
No, it ain't that.
He's about to pop out at the seams. But let me tell you this: during all of this, ladies and gentlemen, and you can say, how much does he know? How much does he know about nutrition? How much did he know about body fat? How much does he know about weightlifting and exercise? How much does he know about the way you live right and drinking water and doing just the little things? How much does he know? Well, I'll tell you how much he knows. He went from being a 120-pound bushweight to Mr. Alabama, but what you did during the time he was Mr. Alabama, he had 5%, only 5% of his body was fat. And how do you do that?
Extreme dieting, and that's really too low. That's
pretty
much unhealthy.
Is that dangerous?
Yeah, that's too low. You just trying to get, you're peaking for a certain day. So you're coming down, you're there for just a few days. Yeah, that's too low to be walking around.
You say you don't exercise anymore, but it's no way you can keep muscles like that.
No, I still exercise, but nothing like I used to. The intensity and stuff.
Are you staying away from bulk? You just do more reps now? Or what?
I do. I still do some heavyweight, but I do more reps and working on form and squeezing and that kind of thing.
Now, you've got your own weight room at home and you have free weights.
No, I don't. I actually train. I usually go to Waltz to work out. Yeah.
Waltz, as far as the real serious people about weightlifting, that's where the most of them go.
Yeah, it is. And, I have to say, too, the rec center is nice.
Yeah, it's wonderful, yeah.
There's a lot. You want somewhere that has good equipment, and both places have.
And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, with Waltz, any time of the day or night, and ladies and gentlemen, let me just ask you a personal question. Have you ever been to Waltz at 2 o'clock in the morning?
No, but I have been in other gyms at 2 in the morning.
Oh, have you? Or 3 o'clock in the morning, or 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Is it because you couldn't sleep, or you felt like you needed to work out?
When I used to compete, the last 2 or 3 weeks, you just cannot sleep. I don't know if your metabolism is just so fast that I would get up like at 3 some mornings because I couldn't sleep and go do cardio.
Have you ever had high blood pressure or diabetes or anything like that?
No. Now, when, in the off season, I would get a little heavier on purpose, trying to put on more muscle. Yeah. My blood pressure would get what's called borderline, which is like 135/90-ish. But no, I've never had high blood pressure. When I was lean, it was very, very low,
Let me ask you this. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is laid-back television at its very best, and, of course, brought to you by Pike County Ford. Jeremy at Pike County Ford is one of the great people to move to Troy in a long time. He and his family, beautiful girls, will be going to school here next year, and They're moving from Birmingham. Of course, he's the owner of Pike County Ford, and we appreciate him so very much. But you know, we talk about things here on this show, and let me just say this: I'm not going to bring a con on my show. I'm not going to bring a guy that just, I mean, hadn't been there and done it. I mean, it's easy to talk about. Oh, I can bench press 500 pounds, and I can squat 750 pounds.
Right.
Now you were more interested in being pretty. Let's just call a spade a spade.
That's right. That's right.
You were more interested in being pretty.
That's right.
Than setting some kind of
that's right.
bench press record or a power lift record or whatever.
That's right. And you think about it, most people that go into any kind of gym or fitness facility are there to change the way they look.
Yeah.
They're not really concerned about those kind of things. It's how do I change the way I look, which is what I was doing.
I wish we had a picture of you all slicked up. Why do muscles look so much fancier when they're shiny? Got those big old biceps.
Well,
and,
you put on fake tan, which makes you really dark.
And I've told you this many times, but this is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how many times I have seen a guy that looks like you, and I would say, man, you need to work out, especially on your curls. You need to work out. And here they are with Schwarzenegger has never been that big, has he?
Oh yes. Now he only competed at about 225, but 225 at low body fat is big. Yeah. He's probably 260.
We're talking
in
about
season.
The movie star Schwarzenegger and former. Look here. Oh, is this him? Is this him? Oh yeah. We got to see it. Oh, but now can you show it on the camera bigger than this?
Oh my goodness!
Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Look at this now. Are we telling a story or not?
Put it in your garden.
Look at that puny guy, ladies and gentlemen.
Put it in the garden and keep your
that's
pros
Superman
out.
right here. And of course, it took a lot of hard work though, didn't it?
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Did you have to just you turned your whole? I mean. How could you be married and have a family and be able to try to be able to do this?
That's a good question, because it honestly is very hard come time to eat, because you can't eat what they're eating, and
that's
a lot of times you eat away from them because you don't want to be tempted and stuff. So that it is some stress. There's
so
no
remember, while we're doing this show, ladies and gentlemen, hey, this
we're going to turn
like
the TV off.
like the governor said, and I don't know if it was in good taste or not. That's no bull. You said her commercial.
Yeah.
And then about she got some other things that she talks about too, like a mountain oyster.
I know what a mountain oyster is.
The governor of the state of Alabama would mention something like that. Boy, oh boy. Of course, right now, boneless chuck steak is $3.99 a pound. And let me just say this: to me, if you cut it lean, and you say lean meat is not that bad for you. Mm-hmm. Red meat, with a lot of fat and gristle is not so good for you.
Right.
But if you can get a good cut of like a sirloin steak, and it's thick, and you say you marinate a little bit or whatever, pretty darn good.
That's right. By the way, talking about steaks, I told him I would tell you.
Yeah.
Robbie at Preston's restaurant has ribeyes in.
Oh, does he?
So,
all right. So,
if you want
everybody
a
knows
ribeye,
how good it is, and of course, get the Mike Amos cut about an inch and a half, and of course, sometimes you might have to pay more for a thicker piece of steak.
That's right.
But hey, listen, like I've always said, I'll pay good money if the steak is good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't bother me if something costs a little bit more if it's good and tender.
Yeah, it's hard to beat a good steak, too.
That's right. And then, of course, the filet wrapped in bacon now. The bacon is not so good for you, but the steak is.
Right.
Because it's very lean
meat.
Is that right?
And I'm not what's called a teetotaler. Depends on your fitness goal. So I'm one of these people that say, your normal diet should be clean. That's not to say every now and then you shouldn't have steak wrapped in bacon and treat yourself.
And that's what I like
that.
about you. Ladies and gentlemen, he's always talking about sort of sort of satisfying yourself at least once a week.
Yeah.
I mean, or once every 10 days.
It'll become a job if you're not careful.
Have a big, thick steak that's got a little gristle in it.
It depends on your goals. If your goals are very strict, your diet should be more strict.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're just trying to be healthy, you got to live a little bit and enjoy yourself at
times.
Of
course, Piggly Wiggly's got a lot of sales going on. Remember, cost plus 10%. Jimmy Dean sliced bacon, two packages. That's 12 ounce for $6. That's a good price. St. Louis style pork ribs are $2.18 a pound. Hot dogs now. There's a difference in a hot dog that is like chicken and pork and all that. If you would prefer, healthy-wise, to eat beef dogs. Is that right?
Yeah, and I'm not a big hot dog fan because most of them are just whatever's left over.
Yeah, it is.
All mashed together. And but there are some hot dogs healthier than others. That's true.
Yeah, and you're seeing some turkey dogs now.
A little lower in fat. So you know, if you're going to eat one, that's probably a better
turkey
choice.
Dog, a beef turkey dog with kraut. You know, is not so terribly fattening, is it?
By the way, you ever watch that 4th of July hot dog eating contest?
Yeah, where they do that.
They eat like 70 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
They just, what they do, they just cramming that down there like a garbage can. Isn't that unreal?
I don't know how they do it.
I don't either. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you we got a big cake sale tomorrow morning starting on this show at 7 o'clock, and then another one on Friday morning. My good friend Orlando Buck, the Reverend Orlando Buck, has got one on Friday, and then of course Chris Henner and the Troy City Schools has one tomorrow, right here on the show to raise money for their projects. I love sweet, ripe cantaloupes. Now you wouldn't think a cantaloupe has a lot of sugar in it, does it?
Well, being a fruit, it's primarily fructose. It does, but far better than table sugar, you know, added sugar.
I know you're not a doctor, and you're not. He doesn't pretend to be a doctor.
I wish I was, because they make good money.
I know, but he does know what different things will do. I've gone on a craze the last 2 or 3 weeks. I like orange juice with a lot of pulp, and I've been drinking a lot of orange juice with a lot of pulp, and you know what? My sugar's been going up.
Yep. How much you drinking a lot of it?
I drink a lot of it.
Yeah, that's why. I like the pulp too, by the way.
It's a refreshing, and it's refreshing.
Yeah.
And shake it up real well, and then it's refreshing.
Well, it's very good for you, and your problem is you got to watch it because of the diabetes.
All right, let me tell you, gosh, I'm telling you something personal, but this morning it was 250. That's too high, isn't it?
Yep.
That's too high, and of course I've always said the doctor tells me as long as it's not over 200, but that's as high as it's been in a long time, or maybe ever. You know.
You test it before or after you drank the orange juice?
Before.
Yeah.
I try to do it. I try to check my sugar every morning when I get up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I've got to do something to get that down. What do you think I can do? But now I also have when I was doing the game in Tuscaloosa the other day, I tripped and fell and thought I just had skinned my knee, but it turned out that I turned my ankle and so I've got a real sore ankle right now. Does that affect your blood sugar or you know, an injury like that?
I wouldn't think so. It would, you know, when you have diabetes, though, you're certainly prone to things you wouldn't be prone to beforehand.
That's right, and for it not to heal quite as quick as it should too.
Yeah,
you know?
but I don't know how it would affect your blood sugar to have that.
Okay, now you're welcome to call. Our telephone number is on the screen, 670-0052. You're welcome to call and ask Hercules here exactly questions about your health and the proper things to eat and the proper ways to work out. You say this, and the first thing he's going to tell you is drink water, drink water, drink water. I don't like water.
I don't, you know, unless
I don't care what anybody says. Now, if I do, it's got to be lukewarm. I don't want cold water, but I don't like water. Some people just like water.
I'm just like you. I have a hard time getting my daily water intake in because I find myself not being thirsty.
Because your metabolism is just, all right, let's just say this. Your metabolism is like a car engine, and the water is oil. When you say the
yeah,
water,
the water does a lot of things. But you're right; it's hard to get your water in. You almost have to just budget so much an hour and try to get it in an hour.
Just carry it around with you or something.
Yeah, or just have something like when we were small, we drank out of water hoses in the backyard.
Oh, yeah,
nobody
exactly.
got sick.
And it was lukewarm,
and
too.
now everybody wants you, oh, that's so bad. Well,
Yeah.
nobody got sick then.
But I've done that so many times that I knew where every water spigot in my neighborhood
That's
was.
right.
Every one of them. And it was nothing greater than to turn it on full blast in a hot summer night, day
That's
or
right.
night. And we used to play at night a lot, too. Kids, surely, you don't see them playing anywhere, even during the day anymore, but they sure don't play at night.
No.
Like they used to. I mean, we
playing
played
video
at night.
games somewhere.
Now, I have stepped on a few snakes because that's when a snake likes to run around is at night, and I've done that in my own front yard before. But again, I knew where those spigots were. This is how spoiled society is now. They would never know where the water spigots were to get some cool water and wash your head with it. They would never know where the best plum tree was to get red or
blackberry
yellow plum.
bushes.
Blackberry bushes, yeah, exactly. And of course, I love those big old juicy red plums they used to have at Mr. Dunbar's house. And this one yours now, Tom. This was this one yours. This was Tom's yard, and his wonderful wife. And we used to go by there after every baseball game and get us good. I love the green ones about halfway. I loved about halfway. Now I didn't like them totally right. I like them where they pop when you eat them.
Yeah.
And but that was growing up in those days compared to the other days. And I reckon if you wanted any kind of treat, you drank Kool-Aid.
Yep. Kool-Aid. I remember Tang.
Yeah, Tang.
Years
I
ago,
remember
used
Tang,
to drink Tang for breakfast.
Yeah.
Guess all that stuff's gone now, isn't it?
How old are you? 50?
52.
52, and of course I'll be 71 in June next month. Poor old me. I wish I could live forever. But of course, we do want you to call in and talk to this guy because he knows you don't just get this way by being pretty. It's a lot of things that go into it. Tell us what goes into a lot of hard work, a lot of exercise, but it's a lot of little things that people don't realize.
Yeah, and the biggest thing on stuff like bodybuilding is you have to build some muscle. So that takes time. You know, I was 45 when I won the Alabama title.
Yeah. And when did you start working out?
Oh, when I was 14.
14.
So you got to accumulate muscle. That doesn't happen in a few months.
No.
But the biggest thing, other than that, is that you've got to be lean. Everybody thinks it's just how big you are, but it's about getting rid of body fat.
Yeah.
So you just got to keep dieting until you get lean enough to do it.
Yeah, no question about it. Look at this guy is on the money if it ever was. Let's stick it right here, maybe in front right here. Let's see how we'll be able to pick it up.
You're going to run viewers off by putting that down there.
Yeah, but hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you can do if you'll listen to what he has to say. And the first thing, as we mentioned, is water. So because water fuels your body, is that right?
Yeah, and it flushes out things your body doesn't need.
I don't drink as much as I need. Let me just say this: if you drank a gallon of water a day,
that'd be good.
A gallon of water a day. If you could drink a gallon of water a day, all right. When you do urinate, you urinate a lot, and know when you urinate, you're flushing the bad things out of your body.
That's right. Unless you
Which makes plenty of sense.
Yeah.
To wash all those antibodies or whatever you call them out of your system.
Well, if you're urinating and it's clear, now if you're just eating some vitamins, B vitamins, or some foods rich in B vitamins and things, it's going to color your urine like your yellow. But typically, if you haven't done that, if you're urinating, it should be clear.
All right, it should be white. It should be clear, not yellow.
Yeah, if it's yellow, that means usually means you're dehydrated, unless there's some vitamins and things involved.
And I tell you, about half of us are dehydrated, including yours truly.
Right.
You're exactly right. And it ought to be a fluent, discharge of your fluids. And hey, let me tell you, whether you want to hear it or not, but going to the bathroom has a lot to do with your nutrition and and your health. Isn't that right?
That's right.
When you talk to somebody that doesn't go to the bathroom or don't do number 2 but once a week, well, something's wrong.
That's right. Something's wrong.
And I would be scared to death. But now, I mean, I know people sometimes that maybe even longer than that.
Yeah, you should be
Don't
regular.
you know they're miserable?
Yeah, you should. You know, and obviously there are some exceptions to anything, but you should be like within the hour or 2 every day.
Yeah.
I mean, just regular.
Exactly. Regular, and once you become regular, and your urine is clear, you got it. You're defeating a couple of things right there, aren't you?
Right. And the water also. We eat a lot of salt in our diet today.
Oh yeah.
And I love salt personally.
I got
see
popcorn in my truck.
That excess water is going to flush out excess sodium.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a big kind of to combat that sodium intake.
Wayne Bolt lost 500 pounds. The defensive coordinator, longtime defensive coordinator at Troy. You don't know how big he was. At one time he got up to 500 pounds. And the doctor told him if he wasn't going to lose weight, he's going to die.
I remember.
And you know what? The first thing he told me when I asked him how you do it, drink water, drink water, drink water, drink water. Now, you know what? Like a fool, I don't drink water. I should have a gallon of water sitting right here and turn it up. See, that orange juice, if water tastes as good as that orange juice, it'd be easy to make that gallon.
You know, you can get now, it has some artificial sweeteners in it, depending on your take on that. But you can get some things that'll make it taste better. It helps you get your water down. I do that.
Exactly.
But a lot of things that thing did for him, though, is the water also helps to keep you full.
Sure.
So you're not
it
as
makes
hungry
you not
as much.
Hungry, exactly. Let me tell you something, and I told somebody this recently. But it's the truth, it's the truth, it's the truth. Now, I'm not an expert, but I got a little common sense. When I was a kid, I tell you, I started talking about this when I was at Dreamland the other day in Tuscaloosa, original Dreamland. They brought me out light bread with barbecue sauce, and then they brought me out my ribs. And then I asked for some slaw and some baked beans, but all I needed was those ribs, and I could eat them like Robin Hood, and like
get
Robin
something to
Hood.
wipe your mouth.
Oh, this is good. Where's that water? Milk. But the thing I told them they could market if they wanted to was their sweet tea. I don't normally drink sweet tea, but I drank their sweet tea, and it was wonderful. All right, back growing up, a lot of people had their cooks and so forth. My cousin Jerry Renfro, I used to go up to his house a lot. And Papa Short always had a good meal, and he had a cook. But the first thing he had was a big old gallon of sweet tea. And so us boys, and the same way at home with my mother, she would call us in, come to Donna, we call it Donna, and we call the night meal supper. So let's be clear about that. And I go in, and I'd be hot and sweaty. And the first thing I'd do, and my mama always made sure there was lemon, I'd take that glass of tea and I'd say, bilp, 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 bilp. Then I might take a little bite of food, and then I'd say, bilp, 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 bilp. All right, what am I doing? I'm filling myself up with tea, and I'm not hungry hungry. I would have fresh peas, fresh corn, slimy okra, fried tomatoes, fresh red tomatoes, butter beans, squash, whole squash. I love whole squash with butter and just shaved and just cooked whole. All right, and I had all that good food with cornbread muffins, and I had this lot and fried chicken, and I was so full of drinking tea that I couldn't gain weight.
I love squash too.
That was one of the worst things I could do is drink so much. And there are a lot of kids out there trying to gain weight. They'll, go and get the milkshake put raw eggs in it and all that, or make some kind of deal like that.
Right.
But the key thing probably is they're drinking way too much liquid.
Well, I'll tell you a quick little story about that. I had a guy one time that was about 6'3", 160 pounds. He said, I cannot gain weight. I said, you're not eating enough. He said, I eat all the time. I said, well, let me prove it to you. I said, for 2 weeks, go buy you just regular peanut butter, a jar about this big. Every day, you eat the whole jar. for 2 or 3 weeks. Every day you got to eat it and drink milk with it.
How big was the jar now? About like that?
Yeah, probably about
Yeah, okay,
16
yeah,
ounces, you know, one of the bigger jars. He did that. After almost 3 weeks, he came to me, he goes, Mike, I can't eat any more peanut butter. But he gained 15 pounds. Well, I told him that's a bad way to gain weight. I said, my point I made by having you do that is, now you got in a ton of calories.
Yeah.
You weren't eating enough.
Yeah.
You think you're eating enough, but you're not.
Yeah.
So it's the people that want to gain
peanut
weight.
butter, but I know you're big on peanut butter, so peanut butter make you fat?
Well, yeah, it can, because there's tons of fat.
Because I like peanut butter too.
Probably
Crunchy peanut
80%
butter.
or more of the calories are fat calories. Now, it's
Yeah.
good fat, but it's still a tremendous amount of calories.
One of the best snacks in the world is to get you some crunchy peanut butter and some graham crackers, fresh, crisp graham crackers, and stick them on each other and make you a little old graham cracker peanut butter squares, and a good ice cold glass of skim milk. Now I
Yeah.
do drink skim milk. I don't drink
Yeah, I like skim
whole
milk,
milk at all. I drink skim milk, ice cold, boy. Usually that happens in the middle of the night.
Yep, wake up hungry.
Yeah,
I
oh
do
yeah,
that.
exactly. But all right, now we're talking about water. That's the first thing. You know, peanut butter being a great supplement. All right, let's just say there's somebody out there that says, I want to lose 10, 15 pounds. What can they do?
There's 2 or 3 things I always tell them first, depending on what they're currently doing. Some people are eating way worse than others.
Yeah.
I say, look, number one, before you do anything else, get your sugar intake eliminated.
Just eliminate it.
Just eliminate
everything that's white too. Is that right?
Well, not necessarily. You know, that converts to sugar faster. But I'm talking about simple sugars, the kind of sugar that you put on things, table sugar, sucrose.
Yeah, exactly.
Eliminate that completely.
Yes.
And
see, I don't use a sugar like that. I eat candy bars though, and
yeah, see, they're loaded in sugar.
Love Kisses with almonds.
And a lot of food you buy has added sugar to it. So tell them, cut that out. Don't go hungry. Eat all during the day, but cut your sugars out first thing. You'll lose, depending on the size of the person, 5 to 10 pounds in the first week. Now, it's mainly water weight by cutting your sugar out, but you're doing 2 things. You're losing that water weight, and you're also getting healthier, because the sugar is almost nothing good that comes from eating
I agree
sugar.
with you. And so I need to just stay away from everything that's white, too, because everything that turns to sugar,
everything does, every kind of carbohydrate
bread
does
turns
turn
to sugar, doesn't it?
Yep.
Rice turns to sugar.
But so does brown rice, and so does whole grain bread. They just don't turn to sugar as fast.
Yeah.
But that's not bad to cut that out, but I would say if you're going to eat the white stuff, maybe you think the white stuff tastes better. Some people do. Then get your portions small. Small
the
portions.
Atkins diet would be a good way to go, wouldn't it?
It is, as far as losing weight. I tell people to do those kinds of things, but not for long term, for 2 reasons. One is, I think your body needs, if you're not getting enough fiber in with that diet, it can be unhealthy. If you're all eating is meat and fats, you're not getting any fiber in your diet, that's unhealthy, causes other health problems. But the other thing is, you can't eat that way. It's unrealistic.
Yeah, you're right.
You're going to want some potatoes and some rice and something at some point. So I have them do it for a short period of time to kickstart things.
How about fats?
As long as it's
like if you eat chicken, take your fat off and grill it.
On all your meat,
and
trim
grilled
the fat.
chicken's good without the fat. To me,
and chicken, white meat chicken in particular, is very, very low in fat.
Yeah.
As is white meat turkey, like turkey breast.
Exactly.
But any kind of meat you're eating, just trim the fat.
Yeah.
And you need good fats, which is things like nuts.
Exactly.
You know, like fruit-wise, avocados are a good source of fat.
Yeah.
Salmon and fish, those are good fats.
Yeah.
So you want to you need some of the bad fats, tiny amounts, but you'll get that by just eating lean meats.
That's right.
And then get your good fats in, nuts.
How about
and those
immediately staying away from fried foods?
Yes, fried foods.
Drink
would be bad.
water, stay away from fried foods and sugar.
Yeah, just have that occasional treat on the fried food things.
Exactly.
But yes, you cut your sugar out, eliminate your fried foods, drink plenty of water.
Hear that, ladies and gentlemen.
Get your fiber up so your body's functioning properly.
And if you're saying I'm having to pee, I'm having to pee every 2 or 3 minutes, that's the best thing ever happened to you.
Yeah, and plus when
having to pee might be the best thing ever happened to you.
And here's what I've learned as I got over 50. I tend to pee more than I did.
I mean, I get excited when I had to go pee, man, because you're flushing all those impurities out. Is that right?
Right, that's right. You just lots of.
All right,
hard to go wrong
right,
drinking
now,
water.
All right, lettuce, tomato, pretty good. Is that right?
Absolutely.
You can eat about as much as all that. Cucumbers, onions, not fried. But maybe boiled or
all those things, in my
sauteed.
opinion, you could eat in larger quantities than
exactly.
the starchy carbs.
Beans, you can eat all the beans you want now. That's talking about green beans. That's not talking about pinto beans or anything like that. Though,
pinto beans would be okay. Kidney beans, black beans, all those
How
things.
How about cheese?
Cheese
it's
is
question mark in it.
Now, I actually like cheese.
I like it too.
My advice would be, again, everybody's goal is different. So this is just a general statement. You got a lot of fat content in cheese, but it's not like you're getting fat out of you're pulling the fat off a piece of steak. So cheese is a portion thing, and the biggest thing I'm trying to get out of my mouth is don't eat the processed cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
Those things in cellophane, that's not even cheese.
All right. Now, how about hoop cheese? How about hoop cheese?
Yep.
Is it better for you?
You ever heard of Sargento? They have it's just real cheese.
Yeah.
And I think even Walmart, like Great Value, has some real cheese too now. Product slice competes with Sargento.
Now whole milk is probably not good for you either, is
because it's so high in saturated fat.
Yeah, that's right.
It is so high.
So go. Let me tell you something. I don't even want whole milk. I mean, it tastes like a milkshake.
It's chalky, isn't it?
I drink non-fat milk and I love it. I'm used to it and I love it. And of course, we've already talked about squash being good, and but now I like spaghetti, but that's a no-no, isn't it?
Well, get you some whole grain pasta.
Yeah, but still though, it's gonna turn to sugar.
It's not near as bad as that white flour pasta that you normally eat.
Yeah, exactly. Now I love Brussels sprouts, and
nothing wrong with that.
And I like what's the little cabbages? That's Brussels sprouts, isn't it?
Cabbage, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, asparagus.
Yeah. And let me tell you what spread cabbage can do. Hear this, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, and then we're going to be going off the air a little early today because I got to go to Montgomery for that game, and it's live across the nation, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about live in Tokyo, Japan, live in Hong Kong, in Alaska, in Britain, in France, wherever you are, on Facebook or YouTube. This game's going to be seen today live. Can you believe that? Well, and you know what? Right now you're being seen live. Excuse me. But while we're talking about it's important, stay away from potatoes. It's just sugar, isn't it?
Yeah, I would just do small portions.
Is there any fruit you can eat?
Yeah, I would do fruit. Again,
but it got sugar,
I hate to keep saying, but it depends on your personal situation to go. I would just portion control.
Yeah.
All portion
All right,
control.
we're talking about eating the good vegetables. What is the number one good vegetable that I like? Is the little, is not Brussels sprouts.
You talking about cabbage or?
Yeah, cabbage or. You're good with a little butter on it, but you can't use butter.
Is it? I'm trying to think. Not cauliflower.
No, but cauliflower. I like cauliflower.
Yeah, cauliflower would be a good choice.
Yeah, but the thing too is exercise. Walk at least a mile a day.
Yeah. Exercise would be good. If you don't have to lift weights, do something.
Yeah.
Get moving. That does a lot for a lot of things.
And when you say yourself, I'm sweating. Oh, I'm all sweaty. Well, when you're sweating, that's good.
Yeah, and you're supposed
because
to sweat
all
when
of
you
those
exercise.
those impurities are coming out your pores.
People that come to the gym and complain because they're sweating, I've never understood that.
If you ever,
it's the gym.
If you ever have to pee or you're sweating, you're doing something good. You're getting rid of all those impurities, and the more you sweat, the better. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's good. That's good for you.
All right. Now, so just that basically, now next time we're going to have more time and we're going to get more deeper in that. But you say somebody just starting could lose 10 pounds, 7 to 10 pounds in a week if they stay away from sugar.
Yeah,
drink a lot of water.
That's going to be predominantly water weight. But eliminating that sugar, you'll lose quite a bit of weight.
But you know what? The water weight gives you confidence. Whoa, I lost 5 pounds. Whoa, I lost 10 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
There should be a pitcher of water somewhere near you. The more the better, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right. It's almost impossible to drink too much water.
Yeah, and every doctor and every health book you read, you'll see that. And then, of course, eggs. Where do eggs come in?
I love eggs.
Now, where the eggs come in with all these vegetables. Now, you've already told you some pretty good stuff to eat. How about eggs?
Well, a lot of folks are conscious about the cholesterol in eggs. I personally don't think it's an issue, but you know, the eggs are very high in protein. If you're worried so much about the yolk and cholesterol, just eat egg whites. They're all protein.
I don't like egg whites much.
Yeah, I like the whole egg myself.
Me too.
But eggs I'm very high on eggs.
Yeah. So throw in an omelet. Now I know your omelet's got cheese, but an egg and cheese omelet couldn't hurt anybody. I wouldn't think.
Yeah. Put you a little few tomatoes in there and things.
Yeah,
that
and the
spice
Huddle
it up
House
a little
has
bit.
great omelets, and of course you throw some lean ham in there. It's not bad, would you
You
think?
can even put chicken in there.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
put some chicken breasts in there.
Yeah, so you
Crumbled
believe
up.
in omelets quite a bit.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. I like omelets. Eggs, are the main ingredient in omelets.
All right, you're going to be back next Wednesday right here.
Yes,
and
sir.
of course, we're going to talk more about your health. Tell us what you're doing with your food.
Want everybody to try Preston's Pro Meals. They're a healthy meal source. And I'd like for everybody to try just one dish, and mainly the chicken fajita. Just try one
chicken
fajita dish. It's very lean, low carb, peppers and chicken breast, and it's good. Just try it. It's the Pro Meals
And it's
menu.
good for you. You can buy as many servings of that as you want.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, but just try one, see if you like it. Then
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
some more.
And then you'll find the other one and another one. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to move on. We're going to be showing you going live from Montgomery's Patterson Field, historic Patterson Field, at 9:45 this morning. So we've got to get on up the road. And again, hope you've enjoyed our show. I thoroughly enjoy this guy.
I appreciate that.
And I thoroughly enjoy what he has to say. And he's got a lot more to talk about, I promise you, about nutrition and weight control and being healthier.
Sounds good.
Because you're a pretty
Good,
healthy
good.
guy, aren't you?
I hope so. You never know.
Ladies and gentlemen, go Patriots. Go Patriots. We want them to win a state championship today. And wherever you are today on Facebook or YouTube, hey, you can see it. See the game live right here. Or on Channel 2, live in an 8-county area of surrounding Troy and the Wiregrass. So have a good day. And there he is. Superman was on my show today. We'll be back. See you later.